Hey everybody, thanks for joining Wonder Repeat. Tonight we have special guest Matt McClellan on here to discuss all things Gaia off-road. But first, let's watch the intro. What's up?
Hi, honey.
From the you are in the other room.
From
one of
Keely's
the child's
bedroom. Yes.
From the child's room.
I did
So
not.
we decided. You have not what?
Oh, I did not feel like getting all bundled up to be cold in the garage. So I'm in Keely's bedroom, which kind of looks like a construction zone back there, but that's her loft beds. So
It does. There's a lot of like wood pieces
there's
everywhere.
a whole lot of wooden structures behind me.
So we decided that we thought it would be fun to do something that we've not ever done, because you normally teach the classes for Gaia.
Yep.
And we thought
normally live or YouTube.
Yeah. Normally YouTube or normally at events. And so there's always no service. Well, I think that we had service one time at Moore.
We have service at Moore. Other than that, yeah, it's rough.
Yeah. So, that way people can come on here and you can stream things live.
Yeah, this should be fun.
We have some pictures. We have some pictures from you teaching at Moore.
Oh, look, that's Rendezvous.
Oh, yeah, that's at Rendezvous, actually. So, yeah, shout out to Nathan Anderson Photography there. Yeah, I got a bunch of, here's another class that you were teaching. And
oh, that was the MBUM class.
That's
not a class.
I don't know how that got in there. I don't know how to get in there, but maybe we just need to keep that on the screen for a little bit.
It's not. I know how it's not going to get in the garage.
Oh, well, that's rude. Anyways, nice Bronco. So, I don't know exactly how we're going to do this, because we're just going to be taking people's questions live through all of the Facebook, all of the YouTube platforms. So, everybody, please come in here, ask us a bunch of questions. Otherwise, it's going to be an hour long of my antics with Matt, which, I have a dog going crazy. So, sorry about that. Which we can do. We can do antics all night long. But there was a couple questions that was posted in comments. Let me see if I can find those, because you sent those to me.
I did.
Yeah, I'm responsible for this. So Richard Hargett, he said that he has a question. When he's recording a track and when he pauses, he gets a straight line to the next point. I resume recording. He said, is there any way to delete that straight line, or do I have to save each and every track?
Yeah, if you pause a recording and then go elsewhere and then pick up somewhere else and then resume the recording, yeah, you're going to get a straight line. There's no way around it, because Gaia at that point doesn't know where you were. So you get a straight line. So the best thing to do is to, when you get to the end of one trail, just finish that recording, and then when you get to the next trail, start a new recording. That way you don't have that annoying line. That's the best. So
is that the one that's as a crow flies that you tell people? Is that what that is?
I mean, that's what it's doing there. Yeah, that's basically what it's doing. It's connecting it just with a straight line, but it doesn't. If it's paused and not recording, then it doesn't have a way to know where you were, because it wasn't recording. So it just picks it back up.
I see. So it just connects from that point to where you are.
Yes.
Okay.
Yep.
That's a good question.
So yeah, the best thing to do, finish the recording, make a new then make a new track. So.
Okay. And then there's Julian Julian. I'm sorry, I'm probably saying you're wrong. I'm not. No, I think it's Julian. Anyways, while building a new route, is there a way to click on a road to see its open status without saving the route, then having to go back and start editing the route again?
No, there's not. I would recommend kind of scoping out where you want to go first, checking on those trails, and then start building your route. Because, otherwise, what you're saying, once you're in route mode, you can't just hop out of that and hop back in. You got to save your route and then come back in and start editing your route again. I mean, that's not a bad way to do it, but no, once you're in route planning, route building mode, you have to save it to do something else.
Do you want to show some of how you do that whole route building planning mode?
Share screen. Let's see. Share screen. Okay, there we go. Cancel. Is it sharing? Oh, there we go.
It is not.
It is not.
It is not.
Is it sharing now?
It is.
Okay.
There you go.
Come on, Slowpoke. I don't know why my map's being blurry.
Are you downloaded?
Welcome
Have you
to
downloaded all of your
live.
stuff?
Well, no, because I'm on the
Perhaps you shouldn't be on Wi-Fi. You probably shouldn't be on our same
because I'm on the
Wi-Fi.
interwebs.
Are you on Wi-Fi?
Oh yeah, I am.
You should get off.
Probably should
You
switch
should
over
get
to
off.
like my phone hotspot.
You
Can I do
really
that?
should have.
Can
Let's try.
I think we're fine. I think we're fine.
Oh, for now.
Can
This is live, y'all.
Ask the people
I
in
guess
the comments. Can they see us?
Can you see all the things? Let us know.
Let's see. I'm going to build a route from here. I'm just going to go over here. Because why not?
Connie says
Maybe.
she
Here we
can't
go.
see us.
Okay, good. So we're going to build a route. We're going to start
Gina,
here.
I don't know where Flat Nasty is. Is that a town?
Oh, Flat Nasty's an off-road park.
Oh, it is?
Yep, Flat Nasty's
Why is it called
trail
Flat
or an off-road
Nasty?
park or something. Because it's flat and it's nasty. I don't know.
Like muddy?
So once I'm in, so once I'm in here in a route mode, I have to either cancel, which will get me out of this. It's driving. I have to either cancel to get me out of the route planning mode or save it and come back to it. There's no way for me to get out of the route editing mode to click on a trail to see if it's to check on its status. So yeah.
I just have to say that Brad Browning said Flat Nasty was my nickname in high school.
Oh, that's awesome.
I love that so much.
Okay, from now on, you will forever be known as Flat Nasty. So
I mean, we're going to start saying that out in public. Be prepared.
Yep.
Okay, so Lee.
why do we never see Flat Nasty in town? Like we live in the same town as Flat Nasty.
I thought you said you saw him one time.
No.
He said he saw.
I thought he said he saw us.
No, we saw that his dog got out on Oak and so anyways, we are totally getting off track. Babe, focus.
Oh wait, but Gaia.
Yeah, Lee.
Oh, hey,
sorry.
Lee.
If you already have a maps and layers saved to your phone to use offline and suddenly realize you need to add a layer to that offline map, do you have to download a new map with that layer included, or can you just download the one layer and add it to the other map? You have to start all over, don't you?
No. If you add a layer and then select, man, I can't show that on the browser. And we tried to figure out a way to show a mobile device in this thing, and we could not.
You can hold it up, can't you?
It was not working. Not not well. No,
that's horrible.
That's horrible. So it should. The problem is if you already got maps and layers saved to your phone and suddenly realize you need to add a layer. Well, hopefully you're not realizing that when you're in
no service.
When you're in no service here, because then you're just kind of messed up, as I learned when I was in the Keweenaw Peninsula. I think if you add a new layer, select that area again, it will only download the new layer. I don't think you have to download everything all over again. I've never had that problem, but I think you only. I think it will only download the new layer. I think it will give you the option and it will download the new layer. least that's my final answer.
Okay, that kind of sounded like you needed to call a friend, but whatever.
No, that's my final answer.
James Hill wants to know, how do you add waypoints mid-route in the Android app? That's gonna be hard because we're both Apple people.
Should be just the same way you do it on the Apple.
Wouldn't it be
iOS.
just you click it?
Okay, I'm gonna try to show this because they're asking app questions and we can't show the app very good. Oh,
well, why don't you just pull up like you
try the iPad. Let me try the iPad. All right. So if you are, I don't know if he's that. Is that visible at all? Kind of, sort of.
Not really. Nope.
How about there? Well, that kind of is. Oh, there's no way for me to work with that though. All right. So anytime you need to add a waypoint, if you're in the middle of your route. Oh, you mean, okay, James, I have a follow-up question. Do you mean while you're recording a route or building the route, pre-planning the route? Follow-up question. Hope James can hear and answer that. Waiting for James. This may be the worst podcast we've ever done. You're muted, babe. You're muted.
James says while on the route.
Okay, while on the route. Okay.
Yeah, while he's recording.
Yeah, if you're recording, all you do anytime you need to add a waypoint, because I do this all the time, is this little plus sign that I can't really get to do because I can't see what I'm doing backwards. And just do add waypoint anytime you are mid-route. I'm trying to skip that to see. There we go. Kind of, sort of. But yeah, anytime you're recording a route, just click that plus sign and add waypoint, and it will add it as you're recording the route. Super easy.
We think. Okay, Justin Williams says, Gaia doesn't seem to want to let me import or export any files. Any ideas?
On the mobile device or?
Okay,
we need a call-in show. Can we do a call-in show?
We can do a call-in show, but I would have to have them message us, and I don't know how to. I don't know how to send them a message.
Let's see.
I guess I could send. I can post the link. I can post the link, and if someone wants to join on, they can click it, and then I can just boot them out if they don't want to stay.
Oh, that'd be
I'm down
scary.
for that.
Oh.
Justin says mobile on his iPhone.
Okay, mobile iPhone. Go back to his first question.
I'm gonna put the link up there, everybody. We're gonna just try this out.
Oh my gosh. we're gonna blow up the podcast.
That's fine. That's what it's all about, right?
So okay. Mobile iPhone. Go back to Justin's
Feel free to click that and join the stream. And if you have questions, we will just bring it on up here. This will just be a real Q&A with Matt.
For real. All right, go back to his previous question. I need to see his question.
Okay. Oh gosh. That's a lot of scrolling.
You told me not to be in the chat, so.
No, because last time you took over it was horrible. He just doesn't, he couldn't export any files. Oh.
It is so much easier to import. I don't know who the other Matt is.
Is the other Matt Justin? Shake your head yes, and I'll let you in if you're Justin. Oh, he's not Justin. He can't come in then. Terry says device is not connected.
Oh, hey, I'm trying to answer Justin's question.
Okay, back to Justin.
It is so much easier to import and export from a web browser. It just is. So if you ever have access to your computer at home or whatever, it's just so much easier to import and export from it, and that is my preferred method because of how iPhones do their file structures. If you have a GPX file or a KML file that you're trying to upload, then it's best to have that saved in your files folder. So if you see a link for, say our Ozark Overland Adventure Trail on Facebook or YouTube, try to save that file first in your files folder as a file. Then it's much easier to import that file. Exporting should be about the same. It's going to save it to your files folder. That's not a Gaia issue. That is an iOS file structure issue. It's just not super intuitive on iOS.
Okay, before we
Hopefully that
get
helps.
to another question, we have someone in the back room. So I want to add them.
Oh, in the green room? It's other Matt.
There's other Matt.
What's up?
We can't hear you, other
he's
Matt.
muted.
There you
He's
go.
muted.
I unmuted you.
There we go.
Can we hear you?
Hey,
There you
yeah, awesome. Yes.
You're in the laundry room.
Well, I am. You know,
You are totally in the. There's an ironing board behind you. This is awesome.
I skipped my chores today to join the podcast.
Your wife put you in timeout. That's what happened.
This is what I have to do as a result of getting to go to Rendezvous. So yeah. One thing I do want to mention though with Apple, particularly, you can do airplane mode and GPS still works because Apple devices receive GPS, so your maps that you draw ahead of time work really well.
Yep.
Love that about them. And there was a program that I had mentioned, Map My Drive, that works great. It doesn't put the maps or anything, but it will draw your GPS coordinates when you're driving, which is so cool for just going out and exploring. So
Cool.
Yeah, that's cool. Yeah, definitely.
All right, I'm getting rid of other Matt. Bye, other Matt.
Bye, other Matt.
That was fun. If anybody else wants to join, click the link and you can ask questions to the real Matt.
From
Not
their
the other
laundry
Matt.
room.
From his Oh.
I want someone to join
good
from their
grief.
bathroom.
No, we
From
don't,
the
because I won't allow
No,
them.
we can't join from the bathroom. Okay.
No, nobody can
All right,
join
do we
from
have
the
any more
bathroom.
questions?
Yes, we do, but I've got to scroll because there's a crap ton of them. I just said crap ton. Okay, so hello guys. Love watching your videos. Thank you, Derek Silva. In Gaia, where can I find dispersed camping sites? And Terry, I see that you're in the back room, but I can't add you because you have to connect your mic or camera. So just so you know. Okay, so how do you plan out your camping area?
You can't find dispersed camping on any app, like on Gaia or Onyx, because they're not marked. You can maybe look for public routes doesn't have public waypoints. The best way to find dispersed campsites, the way that I do it, is depending on if you're in a national forest, always consult with the motor vehicle use map for that particular district, because that's going to tell you where dispersed camping is allowed, because sometimes it's limited to certain trails. Sometimes, like the Ozarks, it's free reign. You could disperse camp anywhere. From that, some other resources are iOverlander is a great resource. The Dirt. There's one called freecampsites.net.
The Dirt?
The Dirt. DYRT. Dirt.
Oh.
It's called DYRT. Yep.
Wow.
That's a good one. That's all crowdsourced, user generated. So if like you're out and you find a cool campsite, you can mark it on iOverlander or whatever. But when I'm actually looking for dispersed campsites, I'm looking at the MVM. I'm looking at Google satellite imagery a whole lot.
Which you don't recommend using satellite, but except for when you're at home planning like that, because it pulls so much.
I'm not talking about satellite imagery on Gaia. I'm talking about actually looking at Google Maps satellite imagery when I'm at home. Like when my wife and I are going to New Mexico here in a few weeks, and I have been looking at Google satellite imagery for the BLM land that we're going to be in, and pinpointing camps. I mean, because you can usually see them. It looks like a nice little clearing with a circle, and I mean, it's not too hard to find them. When you're in forests, densely forested areas, and because of the trees, sometimes that's hard to find. But
and some of those can be food plots.
I use Google
too.
satellite imagery. Sometimes, yeah, in the forest.
Yeah.
But when I'm looking for dispersed campsites, like on my own fresh, I'm looking at Google satellite imagery.
Okay, so Tony Cress wants to ask a question from Bats Off-Road. Is it possible to share more than one thing at a time, like a route and possible campsites along said route, instead of individually?
Oh, yeah. Put them in a folder.
And then share the folder.
Add your route, add your waypoints, throw everything into a folder together, and then export the folder. That's how I do all of my trips. If I'm building a trip and adding campsites possibly along the way, and then I'm putting everything in a folder, and I name the trip whatever the trip name is, and then I'll export the folder, and it puts it all in one nice, neat little GPX file.
Yes. Get as detailed as you can too, because Matt never was whenever we first started dating, got married, and I made him go back and like fix it all. And I don't even have the same account as Matt because I can't. My personality can't handle that.
It overwhelmed her.
It's a lot.
It's kind of like when she walks into the garage and she sees how chaotic the garage is, but I know where everything is. But she thinks it's chaos, but it's my organized
And apparently
chaos.
You're supposed to save all the lumber. I don't understand.
Anyways. Yes. All scraps.
So another question. Wondering when you bring up MVUM overlay to confirm legal routes, are you in and out of that layer throughout the process?
I'm not sure I understand that question.
I think
no. I mean, I've got the MVUM layer.
You have it on there.
Hold on, let me share.
Yeah, because you have it as a tab open, right? And you just kind of flash back and forth.
Let's see here. Share screen.
Shout out to Travis, who has an amazing Toyota.
Whoa. That was like infinite. Okay, so if I'm up here, let me turn off all my routes and stuff. Yep, turn off those to make them go. Make my screen prettier.
Look what I just figured out.
There we go.
I just made it full screen.
Oh, you did? Oh, look at you. Okay, so here I'm looking at the MVUM overlay. That's dark lines here. If I am looking at, trying to see what's legal and what's not, I'm not jumping in and out of the MVUM in Gaia. I'm leaving it open. I can, if I need to, I can hop over to like the interactive visitor map, which is just fsfed.us/IVM. Super easy. And I can zoom into, let's go here to Arkansas, same area that I was just in. And you can see on the IVM, it clearly marks trails as open or closed. Like if this is the same area here.
But yes, you have them in different tabs and you just kind of look at each one.
Yeah, like here's this little circle trail here, this trail that goes along the stream. And the IVM, I can quickly go over here and tell, that this little circle trail here is closed because it shows it as red X's. On the IVM, this little trail does not exist. So I use the IVM a lot when I'm looking for what trails are easily open and closed because it's super easy to see. Whoa, stop sharing.
Okay, another question from Jason. Jason has some good questions. He says Gaia did not show MVUM trails in either, I'll let you read that, in either MVUM or USFS Classic layer while I was out in Ozark National Forest. He tried downloading the map prior to his trip, and he felt like the download timed out, which it probably did because the download takes days. Always do it like days.
Sometimes the download take forever. Okay,
yeah.
So
that.
All right, this is where Jason needs to get in here and like join in the call.
Jason, there is a link. Click the link and join in. We would love to have you.
Okay. So Guy did not show the MVUM trails. Did you download the actual MVUM overlay? Because USFS Classic is not the same thing as the MVUM. The MVUM overlay is a separate layer that you have to have on. And you also have to have it in the right order.
Just in.
So let me show you that.
Jason.
What? Jason!
What's up?
And you also have to have it right. Did you have the
Jason?
Okay, someone's echoing.
Jason is very echoey. Can you mute us?
Jason's very echoey.
Jason is very echoey. Can you mute us?
Wow, just
That's what I'm working on.
it's a gift that keeps on giving.
That's what I'm working on.
I guess we should have told people to put headphones on. That would have been better.
That helps. Yeah. It seems to be better. So did you have the actual MVUM overlay downloaded, or just like the USFS Classic or USFS 2016?
Now he muted us. He can't hear us. I wonder.
Can you hear me, Jason?
I can hear you now. I had to find the mute button.
Oh, okay, cool. So did you have the actual MVUM overlay downloaded, or just the USFS Classic? Downloaded, or just the USFS Classic?
Sorry, there's a huge delay. Yes,
It's
I
okay.
had both downloaded.
Okay, but you're saying like the downloaded one crapped out on you? Okay, yeah. If your download craps out, I had the exact same issue when I went up to the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. I had everything downloaded on my iPad. Totally forgot to download the maps for the area on my phone, which is what I use when I'm out and about. And so as I was about 2 hours out, cell phone was getting spotty, and as I started trying to download them, and I didn't get all my layers for that either. In that case, I mean, you just got to go back and find cell signal and get where you can download them. But always download before you go, because if you're like me and like you experienced, just chalk that up as a lesson learned. Download before you go.
And sometimes you have to close out of the app and then go back in, and then there will be like an exclamation point at the top, and then you just click that to restart the download. Because I don't know.
Another thing, let me show you this too. Share screen. Come on.
Let's see.
There we go. Ooh, I love it when it does that. Okay, so in your layers, and this is true on your PC or your mobile device, make sure that your MVUM is at the top. Because if it's not at the top and it's like down here under USFS Classic, you're not going to see it. See, it just went away. So it's got to be at the top, because it is an overlay, so it sits on top of other maps.
Does that answer your question, Jason? Okay. Thanks, Jason. Cool. Bye. Oh, hello, little puppy dog. We got to love the dogs. Okay, let's see. So the next question I had is Jeremy Kelly. Why can't he add a picture from gallery on an Android? It only lets me take a picture, not select a picture that I've already taken. All these Android people, I just think that it's because you have Android.
You know what? I don't know if
kind of
add a waypoint. I'm verifying on my iPad if I can add a where'd that go? I don't know where I don't even know where I just put that. Waypoints. There we go. Let me see
While
if
you're
I
looking
can
for
add.
that, Wade May said that Gaia Topo now has some dispersed campsites on the most recent layer. He said he's not sure how.
Yeah,
they're
but they're
that
just they're official campsites. They're not like what I consider a dispersed campsite.
Like primitive.
Like that's primitive. They're official campgrounds that are marked. I don't think I can. Yeah. Privacy. Add photos. Okay. Once this is on iOS, I assume it's going to work the same. If you have a waypoint already, once you have your waypoint saved, you can. This is not going to work because you can't see that. You can click on the waypoint, and then it gives you an option to add photos, and then I can either take a picture or choose a saved photo once the waypoint's been saved. I can't do it before the waypoint saved, but once the waypoint saved, you can add a photo from your library to it.
So you have to create the waypoint first.
Create the waypoint first. At least on the iOS it does. We don't own anything Android. So
Sean said that they paid for the subscription and had issues. He uninstalled and started fresh and has better luck without the subscription. I would say that that's great, and I'm really glad that you're not having issues. And I hate that you had issues, and I don't know why. I would love to help you figure that out. But the premium version, you really need that because the free version for Gaia is not exactly what you need.
I'm trying to figure out. So I guess you started a new account that wasn't your paid subscription because you already paid for the subscription. So I guess you started from, you like made a new account that didn't have that subscription tied to it. I'm trying to figure out how you are.
Just made a new account probably. Someone asked, have you tried using Gaia with Android Auto on your car screen? We have CarPlay and we have used. I've used,
but I use Gaia. Not with Android Auto because we don't have Android.
Well, CarPlay.
We have CarPlay because we are Apple people. Because we are better people than the Android people.
Some people like apples, some people like bananas. Anyways.
But no, I haven't tried it with Android Auto because we don't use anything Android. But Apple with CarPlay works fantastic. I actually used it today. And love it.
And Lee said, I do want to say that Matt, going over the order he puts in the layers is awesome. I used it for her trip to Colorado. That's what I was about to say. Colorado and Utah.
Is that Colorado and Utah combined?
Yeah, it's like the border. And it says, can you show the layer order again that you have?
Absolutely.
Let's see that.
And here goes the time warp.
I don't know why you do this.
Where'd it go?
People
on
time
warping. There it goes. Okay. Yes, here are, let's see. Yep, here are my layers in the order that I like to have them. MBUM on top, public lands and private lands. There, USFS Classic, because most of the time I'm in National Forest. If I'm in like BLM land, I will not use UFS Classic because it doesn't cover it. And then Gaia Topo is just a fantastic topographic map. If I'm anywhere that's not covered by the USFS map, I will use Gaia Topo. It is just really good, especially when you're out west. In areas like out west, Colorado, Utah, New Mexico and stuff, when there's just a lot more data than what we have here in the Ozarks. The Gaia Topo is super awesome. And just a little tip, this shaded relief layer is one of my favorites because it really makes, if you have it turned off, everything's kind of flat. You can see the terrain pretty good.
No, we can't see. It's really blurry.
But when you turn on shaded relief, it just really makes those top of the lines pop. And I love it. Just turn it on to 25, 30%.
You're here, Michael. Hi.
So
yeah.
Anyway, hope that helped.
There's a new shaded relief that somebody was showing. Was it you that were telling me about the new shaded relief?
No, that was the heat map. Oh, let me look. Let me go find that. Oh, here's something new. People say they struggle finding the. Oh wait, I'm not sharing anymore. Hold on.
No, you're not. How about you show me?
Hold on. Calm down.
And Sean said yes, he made a new account. Just so you know.
Okay. I would just go back to the old account. It'll work. Come on. There we go. Okay, so people say all the time that they have trouble finding certain layers, especially the MVUM overlay. You go to add map layers, and then you can search MVU. Boom, there it is. That one was called like a heat map. Roadless areas.
Wait,
trailless
the MVUM.
areas.
What do you mean? I'm confused. Say that again.
Some people have trouble finding it because it's in the weathers and features overlay section, which is not really intuitive.
This is true.
So you can now search. So I think they were talking about the slope angle. Let's see what that looks like. We're going to add slope angle. Oh, okay. So the slope angle, the red means it's like super steep. Okay, I don't necessarily love that, but it's kind of cool. Red means it's pretty much a cliff.
I feel like I'm looking
Yellow
in
is
one of
not quite
those
as steep.
little petri dishes whenever I had biology,
Kind
and
of.
I'm trying to
Yeah.
figure out what's going on, what I'm growing.
Yeah.
The
So,
fungus from a lemon.
okay. Okay. I mean, I'm not really crazy about that. I can see how it might be useful to somebody. Okay, cool.
Okay, Michael,
All right.
you are at the airport in Hawaii. Okay, I need you to go.
What?
I need you to do me a
What's up,
favor.
Michael?
I need you to do me a favor while you're at the airport in Hawaii. I need you to go find one of those hula dancers that go on your dash and just like bobbles and hulas. But I want her to be chunky. I don't want no skinny hula dancer. She gotta have curves.
Can't you get that on Amazon? Can't you get that on
No,
Amazon?
not the really good ones. Anyways, side note, Michael, I'll pay. Anyways, so yeah, so there's someone asking also, did you ever figure out why the river crossing was closed on your last video?
No, I haven't called the Forest Service. I've been occupied. I have not called the Forest Service to find out what's up with that trail. I mean, here's the sad thing. I've never seen a trail. Okay, that's not true. Once in the Ozarks, I saw a closed trail get reopened. But usually once they're closed, they're just closed.
Is this the Washita one?
Yeah, it's that Washita one. That beautiful one that broke my heart.
I haven't watched this video.
Shocking.
Just haven't.
So shocking.
Anyways.
You're now officially 2 videos behind because a new video came out tonight.
Oh, I'm so far behind.
It's an ice.
Sean said he can't remember his old account info.
Oh my gosh.
Bless your heart.
Oh my goodness, Sean. Can't remember old account info. Oh yay, Jason. Good job.
Yeah. I would like to point this out for Connie. She works for a living now. Yeah.
She always worked for a living.
I work for an insurance. That's why I work for insurance. That's the only reason why. So that's the only questions that we have so far. It has been 37 minutes. Apparently people know all the things about Gaia. Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I don't know how many people are here, but can I go to the comment section now? Really? Wow.
Sure.
Can I go over to the comment section?
Do you want to kind of give? Oh, Jason has a question. Do you want to kind of give a little small demo of what you teach at a class?
Oh, I don't know if I have time for that. I want to go see that.
Like, what else you gotta do?
See what Wade said about dispersed campsites. I want to see where it says that.
Jason asked
on the Gaia couple there.
How to stop or correct a recording after you get home and forget to stop the recording.
Gaia will let you edit the endpoint back to a certain point. I think you just click on the route and click edit. Let me look. I can figure that out. Hold on. Come on. There we go. Okay, let me turn on my routes from today. Routes. Nope, not routes, tracks. Tracks from today. Okay, so this little pole line here is where I went today. It was a fantastic day today. Found some way cool things, including 2 water crossings on the Mulberry River. Let's see. Evka edits my copy coordinates. Export, duplicate, driving directions. Sorry, all right. Is this something I can only do on my mobile device? Surely not.
I don't know. You're the Gaia guru.
I don't ever go in and change this stuff. No, that just does that.
Epic Ozark exploration. That's what you titled that.
It is. It actually is because it was a really good day.
You went for everybody that's not watching. We have the subscribers Patreon run this weekend. So Matt actually went out today, reserved our campsite, and by reserved I mean he threw up one of our old tents. And that's okay if someone steals it, and put it where we're gonna stay.
Very much.
And ran all the trails.
Open details page. Maybe that's it. Maybe I can do the details page. Let's see. Or maybe not. Dang it. I know there's some way to do it. I just don't know if you can do it on a computer. You have to do it on your phone.
Sean Thomas just commented and said, do you change the track to a route and then back up the endpoint?
No, you don't have to do that. There's a way to do it. Let's see. I'm looking on my iPad here. See if I can figure this out. Ha.
And real quick, 1941 Adventures said, can you talk about the option that marks out each mile in a trail? The option is only on iOS and not on Android. We should also be
okay. All right, here we go.
affiliates
Hang on.
hold on.
stopping
No, I'm
sharing
answering
on my
this.
screen.
Okay, but I'm gonna say this real quick.
I'll come back.
Get an iPhone. Just do it. That's all.
I was distracted. What was the question?
1941 Adventures. Can you talk about the option that marks out each mile in a trail? The option is only on iOS, which is what they meant to say there, not on Android.
Oh yeah. That's a great option. I was using that today. So you can't do it on the web browser, but you can do it on the mobile device. So if you go, I don't know if you can see that. Lighting.
Lay it flat. Lay it flatter. There we go. Like tilted. There we go.
There we go. Well, it's not flat to me though. So if you go over here, I'm on the wrong side of the screen. If you go over here to where it says edit, point, you can do crop. What does it say? Oh, dang.
Crop track.
It says crop track, and you can remove. You can back up your track. See what that looks like. Crop track.
That's what Jason just said too. He said tapping the track on your screen, select the edit icon, crop track, then drag the end tab to trim the track, but until the point you wish to end your recorded track.
Yep. This would be so much better if I could share the tablet screen, but I cannot. Limitations to the podcast.
I know.
Okay, what's
we do
next?
what we can. Nathan wants to know if those are bunk beds for all of our dogs.
No. Roxy's pretty good up there. Charlie hates it up there. Ugly's good up there. But no,
Yeah.
those are the bunk beds for my daughter.
If you record a route as you drive and are offline, does it get deleted if you delete the downloaded map from your phone?
No, the routes and the maps are completely separate. They're independent of each other. So you can delete the maps, but the routes are still there.
They just wouldn't. They'd just be there.
It would be, yeah. I mean, the routes are there. They'd be able to see it when they get home. But if the maps are gone, you wouldn't be able to see them so much on your phone, unless you have internet access, and then you can.
Okay. And what comes with the subscription that isn't in the free version? AKA, why do you recommend the subscription over the free?
Like 95% of the good things in Gaia. The free version only gives you, I think, the Gaia topo map and maybe a couple other limited layers. I don't remember if the free version thinks, oh, it's time for you to go to bed.
It was.
I don't remember. I know that was your bedtime chime. I don't remember if the free version lets you sync between your computer and all your other devices, which the paid does. But I mean, the number one reason to pay the $40 a year is to have all the map layers, because the map layers are what make Gaia so incredibly awesome.
I'm going to say, Gail, you go ahead and ask your question. We don't care about repeating ourselves because somebody may not have been paying attention either. Ask your question. So Walt says it's probably a simple thing. Yeah, Matt's probably not. He's accumulated a lot of tracks, so he needs to know how to extract them to folders. Welcome to Matt in 19. Yeah, go ahead.
Okay. Sharing screen again.
Walt, I love the picture of all the babies. All those grandbabies.
Okay, here we go. So let's say I want to take, there you go, there's all my spaghetti. Let's say I want to take this purple route That's just my tracks. That's not routes.
Oh.
And I scroll down here and do. You have to open the details page, which I find to be annoying. And then from the details page, you click add to folder. And I'm not going to add it to a folder because I've got so many folders. I'll forget to delete it. But then I have so many folders. There we go. So I have all these folders. And so I would come down here. I would then hit create new folder, give it a name, and add that to the folder. Then
can you show that one more time? I didn't.
Hang on.
Can you go back and show where you clicked create a new folder, please?
Yes.
I took down his question because it was kind of blocking the bottom.
Okay. So I'm just going to click on this purple track. There we go. Click on that track. And I'm going to go down here and you have to open the details page on the web browser anyway. I don't think you have to on the iOS, on the mobile device. And then from here, I click add to folder in the details page. On the mobile app, if you click on it, you automatically get the details, and you get an option that says it's called on the mobile device. It's called parent folder, not just add to folder. It's called parent folder, and you put it in a parent folder that way, and can create a new parent folder. And then once you have a new folder and you have it named, then you can come over here and click on, let's say, one of your waypoints. And same thing on the web browser, open the details page. And this one is actually already in a folder, so it's already there. Let me find one that I marked today. Let's see. Oh, here we go. I marked this today. Waypoint.
Why don't you name your waypoints? Like, why did you
I
mark
thought
it?
I did. And here it is.
Look at that. You marked it waypoint 11-2. Who?
No, that's the default.
Exactly.
I did mark. I marked that as an amazing campsite. I must have accidentally clicked out of it.
You didn't, because you also didn't put a little camp icon.
Epic,
I've taught you better.
Campsite. Large by water. And campsite. Bingo. Safe. Okay. Okay. Hopefully that helped, Walt. I'm back.
Okay. Thank you. So Derek wants to know, when you download a map for offline use, does it download only the layers you have selected? Yes. I knew that answer.
Yes, but actually, I noticed the last time I downloaded an area, Gaia actually has updated this, and it gives you it now gives you an option, and you can do a little toggle on and off if you want or don't want certain layers in your download. So it's super handy.
Michael went to the gift shop in the airport in Hawaii. All of them at the gift shop are skinny. You're at the wrong place.
Funny.
I tell you, you can find a chunky one. If not, I'll settle for a skinny one. I'll just put some clay on her hips or something. Anyways, so Nathan Anderson wants to know, what is the best way to share some routes and waypoints created for a trip?
There's a couple ways. Just going back to share screen.
You should just really keep that up.
Well, then I can't see you and know what's going on.
Yes, you can.
There's that.
Oh,
okay.
Maybe not.
I'm looking at my other screen. Okay, here we go. Easiest way to share. So let's say I wanted to share today's route. I click on it. I have to click on the details. And once again here, I can do a couple things. Here, I can export it and save it as a GPX file and send that to someone as a GPX file. Or I can click share, and it copied the URL to the clipboard, and I can then go over to, like, Facebook Messenger or something and share it that way. And then when they can click on that, and it brings them into Gaia GPS to to see it in Gaia. So really,
Can they see that if
sharing
they
it-
don't have Gaia?
It'll pull up the web browser. They can still see it. They won't see like any map details and that sort of thing because they don't have the account to have the maps. But they'll see the route. And then if they don't, like say they're an Onyx user, they open it up, then they can save the GPX file themselves if they want to. But really, I think the best way to share routes is GPX files. That's the most universal way, is by exporting as a GPX file.
And you can do that with folders and everything.
You can do that with folders and everything. Let's see. Let me go to my folders. I have a lot of folders.
I'm proud.
Here we go. Let's see. Let's go this one. This is in the folder. And then from here, this is all of my waypoints from that trip. So Walt, if you're still watching, here is an example. I took all these waypoints from this trip and dumped them into one folder so that I could know what date it was that I was and share these. And so I did this, and then I went here and did download GPX file. And, it's downloading it to my computer now. So that's super handy.
Okay, cool. Joey from The Adventures of the Professor, what is your favorite layer in Gaia and why?
Oh gosh.
Probably the MVUM.
I mean, the MVUM overlay is really, that's the best layer.
'Cause
That's my
the
favorite
legal.
layer, just because it shows all the legal trails and highlights them for me, so I can see them easier. So yeah, the MVUM overlay, because I spend most of my time in the national forest. Now, when I'm out west in areas that it covers, the Nat Geo Trails Illustrated layer is
That's my
one of my
favorite.
favorites.
I wish
I love that
we
layer.
could have something like that in Arkansas.
If you're in an area, well, we do if you're in the Buffalo River.
I know, but I mean, I wish it was like a map.
And everywhere.
What's your favorite
we have
base
to talk
layer?
to Nat Geo about that. Gaia Topo.
Is there a certain year or something? Because then
There's
there are
not a year
more
for that.
options.
That's
than there's
USFS.
not.
That's the USFS. There's Gaia Topo feet and Gaia Topo meters if you prefer the metric system over our imperial system.
Imperial.
Yeah, that's what our system is called. I don't know why.
So Ruby Off-Road said Gaia doesn't seem very intuitive to use, such as All Trails and Onyx, where you can press on a trail and get information and photos from others easily. Is there something we're missing, or is this not available? Well, some of the trails on those other ones aren't legal.
It's just a difference of how the apps are done.
Mhm.
All Trails and Onyx, yes, they are great for finding trails that someone has already done the work for you. The way Gaia doesn't have a way of letting users like us, they don't have a system to highlight curated trails like Onyx and All Trails does. Gaia's solution to that is they now partner with trailsoffroad.com. And trailsoffroad.com is a great resource for finding trails, and they now have just a little button in there. I also have it in the app. They have an app now too. You just click on add to Gaia, and it will drop it in your Gaia account. That is one of the strengths of Onyx over Gaia. That is.
Do you have
one
to
of the
pay
few
for
strengths.
the Trails Off-Road?
If you want all the trails and all the details, yes. But I just have a free account and can get most of what I need there.
Okay, because I know you don't use them a whole lot there.
Yeah.
And then Gail came back and she said she can't even remember her question fully, but she couldn't find her route, and she went into the overlays to make sure that was toggled on, and routes isn't an option. Everything else is there, the tracks, etc.
Say what? Routes isn't an option?
Maybe. Do you have the premium? Do you have the premium version? Because that wouldn't be a. Maybe that's why.
I don't know if that's limited to premium versus free. But if you go here, wait, not there. If you go here, you don't have a routes option here. That's wonky. There's that in the
Gail says she does have premium
mobile version too. I don't know why routes wouldn't be there. If that's the case, I would submit a support ticket to Gaia. They're super good about taking care of you through their support. So I don't know why you wouldn't have a routes toggle there. That's very weird.
I'm not sure. She's just said she wonders if she could screenshot and post it here. If you do want to screenshot, if you can, yeah, she can in the comments. Yeah, send us a message, screenshot it. Yeah, in the not on here, but she can, and we can go and see it after the show, and then we can respond afterwards.
Shoot me a Facebook
or shoot Matt a Facebook message. He answers all the things. So Eli said that he knows that they update the Gaia MVUM periodically, but do you know how often they do it? He said he's heard of discrepancies where Gaia doesn't show a closed trail that would show on the interactive map. Story of our lives.
Yeah, Gaia does not control the MVUM overlay. That is a feed from the Forest Service. And the Forest Service, being the Forest
understaffed.
Service, we'll understaffed. Yeah, we'll call it that. Does not sometimes update that MVUM overlay feed as quickly as they may update the MVUM, the official MVUM maps. And the MVUM maps only get updated once a year. And unfortunately, there's no set schedule on when that should be. I've seen them updated as early as February and as late as July. And typically, it's going to be a couple months or so after the MVUM is updated that you'll see the overlay finally updated because Forest Service.
Understaffed. So Gail wants to ask, how did we meet?
Wow. We met at a Gaia class.
No,
not really. We met before Gaia was a thing. We
really?
met because we both own Jeeps. What? Yeah.
Gaia wasn't a thing then? Really?
Nope. Truly.
Wow. When did Gaia start?
I don't know. Back then I was using Trimble Navigator, I think, is the app I was using then. But yeah,
never heard of
Gaia's fairly newish. But no, we met because we both own Jeeps and we're on a trail ride for a Jeep club, and we met that way because of Jeeps.
Yep.
And Jeep
I was
clubs.
a better driver then too.
You were a better driver than you are now?
No, than you.
You're a better driver than me? You had just gotten your Jeep. You didn't even know how to drive.
Better driver.
I had to show you how to put it into four-wheel drive.
I wasn't blinding everybody with your lap bar.
I asked you if it was okay, and you told me yes. So
because I was being nice.
I was the tail gunner on that trip.
So Ruby says, great question, but usually if the trail is highlighted in the MVUM, it should be considered as an open trail, or should we always talk to the Forest Service prior to confirm?
That's a good question. The official, here's the deal. The only official legal document for open trails is the official motor vehicle use map. The MVUM overlay in Gaia is a great resource, but it is not the legal document. Same thing with, I showed the interactive visitor map. That's a great resource. It's also not the official legal document. So anytime I'm going out to a new area to explore, I am checking everything on the official motor vehicle use map from the Forest Service website, and verifying that the Gaia data is accurate. Now, I mean, honestly, if you are out in an area and you're using Gaia and the MVUM and you happen to meet a law enforcement officer that says, excuse me, sir, you're on a closed trail, as long as you're obviously polite and respectful and you show him, hey, I'm using Gaia GPS, it's got the MVUM overlay, and he sees that you're trying, you're going to be okay. But the only legal document is the official motor vehicle use map from the Forest Service website.
It's such a lot of work, especially for the Ozarks. I would think the
For
Ouachita's
any
are a little
national
better,
forest.
but out west, it's
No.
just so much. Really?
No. Out west is because it's BLM land. A lot of it's BLM land, and BLM land is kind of like the Wild West, and it's kind of a free for all. If there's a trail, it's good, unless there's marked. But yeah, the Forest Service land, national forest is a challenge.
They just don't make it easy for us.
Nope, but that's part of the fun.
I guess. So how do you, if you're wanting to make a route for going out, how do you plan all of that accordingly?
Oh, that's a whole other episode.
That's a 2.0.
Oh yeah, that's a whole other episode. Yeah.
So that'll give something for the viewers to look forward to.
Yeah, because that's me comparing motor vehicle use maps and Gaia and the interactive visitor map, and probably looking at Google satellite imagery.
I think that's what we should do
thing.
next time. I think you should go through and let's plan a route together.
I mean, we could have done this one for our New Mexico trip, but
yeah,
that will be December. We'll have to plan somewhere to go in December.
I'm down. So Tracy wanted to know, can you pick up paper MVUM maps at the forest visitor offices?
Sometimes, if you can find them open. I know a lot of our local Forest Service offices are closed still due to COVID in November 2021.
It's still a thing. Trust me, I'm essential.
I know, but I don't know why their offices are still closed. Because I know people, I stopped at one recently and people were working in the office, but you couldn't go in it. So I think the best way to get a paper map is to try to order one.
You could just print it though.
I mean, you've seen our map in the garage. That's like 4 feet wide.
Oh, that's how big it is? You couldn't print like a little area where you're wanting to go?
I mean, if you want to do that work, sure. And then you could just scotch tape it all together in tiles.
Eli said the 10-hour
episode coming.
I mean, just watch Lifestyle over there.
Just FYI to all the people, I am about to make a new kind of Gaia 101 video on the YouTube channel, because since my last one, which is I think almost 2 years old now, the guy has made a lot of updates since that video, so I'm going to make a new one.
Yeah, tell us about some of your interesting new stuff with Gaia that some people may not know.
I am officially partnered with Gaia now, which means we haven't really worked out all the details of what that means. Some of the things that we're working on is Gaia was purchased by Outdoor magazine, and I think we're going to record a podcast, or I think it's a podcast with them later in November after Thanksgiving. And we are working on doing a webinar type of class where it's a virtual class through them.
Kind of like a big Zoom?
Kind of. Yeah, I'm not sure what their technology is, but yeah, it'd be an official Gaia or Outside magazine webinar that people could join and sign up for and stuff and attend. I don't know if it's going to cost anything or not. But I will teach that teach that webinar. And Gaia is going to have other locations for me to go and teach live classes at.
That's awesome.
So that's what I know so far. It's very fresh. So we're still working out details.
All right, so
But
we've hit an hour.
We have.
And oh, look at this. Hold on.
What?
Don't look
What?
at that comment.
What?
Look at this comment.
Oh.
Look at
What?
Wade.
What's up, Wade?
That's
You
way
are the
cool.
host.
He's the one that was mentioning about the campsites earlier.
Oh, okay, cool.
Mhm.
Well, that's sweet. Yeah, I think we're supposed to do that sometime late November. Yeah, that'll be awesome. Sweet. Good to meet you,
I'm
Wade.
super excited because I want to hear your podcast now. Is there any advice for someone that has never been on BLM land before?
Ooh. The Gaia topo layer is fantastic for that. That's if there's not Nat Geo maps for that area, the Gaia topo is my go-to for BLM land. It's got even points of interest. It's got all kinds of cool stuff on the Gaia topo layer. I mean, honestly, my experience with BLM land is if there's a trail, you can take it unless it's gated and closed. And a lot of times if there's a gate, open the gate, go through it, leave the gate how you found it type of thing. But BLM land is awesome for exploring because there's not a lot of places you can't go as long as there's a trail.
Nathan said the Gaia Off-Road podcast is great and he can't wait to hear the episodes. I'm
I
really
can't
looking.
either.
I'm going to have to listen to that guy. And you're always wanting something to listen to.
I
On the
am.
road. There you go.
I am.
So what else new is up and coming that we can let people know about? This weekend we have the subscribers run.
We've got the subscriber run this weekend. We're going to New Mexico.
Mm-hmm. November, end of November-ish.
Yeah, before Thanksgiving.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know. We don't have any major plans for December yet.
Mm-mm. We'll do the Christmas thing with the OA crew.
Yeah, we'll do something Christmassy. Oh, we'll be camping at one of those new spots I found today for sure.
So tell me,
That's where
you went
we'll do
out.
that.
So today you went to the Ouachitas.
No, I went to the Ozarks.
Oh, you did? You went to the Ozarks? Okay. So what did you find?
I found I found two new water crossings that cross the Mulberry River. That was way cool. Didn't know they existed. I found two new water crossings. I found 3 new very killer campsites. 2 on the Mulberry, 1 on some other stream that I don't know the name of it. Oh, I think that was Hurricane Creek. I think that's Hurricane Creek. Oh, me and Robert went down the sketchy trail.
You went down it or up it?
Yep, down it, like we've always done.
Yeah.
Yeah, we went down it. But I went down it in the Gladiator. And he went down it for the first time in his 4Runner because the last time he was in his Tacoma, his little first gen Taco.
Mm-hmm. How was that?
So we both,
you lived.
It was a Gladiator. It was fantastic.
But how did the 4Runner do?
He said that was a little more top heavy and pitchy than his Tacoma was. And actually, when you see the video going down the hill, he's like bouncing side to side, bobbling down the hill.
Did he reconnect his sway bars?
The rear, yeah. I don't think he's got the front ones on there.
Oh, he doesn't? Okay.
Yeah. But it was a fun day. It was a lot of fun. I wasn't planning on going down the sketchy trail, but Robert peer pressured me into doing it.
Yeah. That's pretty awesome.
Ooh, nice.
And I'm going to have to listen to that podcast.
I feel special.
All right, guys. Well, thank you so much for tuning in to Wonder Repeat today and this episode with Matt and discussing all things Gaia off-road. We plan to do another video like this next month. Probably not the first of the month like it has been with him because I have another special guest that I can't wait to introduce you to. And she's pretty amazing.
I'm getting bumped.
You're getting bumped. But so next week we have Lauren from Ozark Overland. She is going to be
I love her.
talking with us and about some of their new adventures. So stay tuned for that, guys. But
And
thanks
a new
for
vehicle,
watching. Yeah.
because they got a new vehicle.
Yeah. Shh.
Mhm.
We're not telling them what they got. They'll
Well,
have
I
to
mean, they
tune
can
in.
watch their YouTube channel and find out, or their Instagram.
That's true. That's true.
Okay, bye, guys.
Matt, the ruiner of all things.
I didn't ruin nothing. I didn't say it.
Bye, guys. Thanks for tuning in.